Atheists aren't inclined to look for messages where there aren't any. We can probably mostly all agree that sometimes, at least some of the times, things happen for no special reason whatsoever. It's not always karma coming back to you, and events aren't always a sign from on high. Rain falls, hurricane strikes, good ideas sometimes just don't work out. Don't always take it as a judgment or a criticism, and don't get caught up in viewing your own success as if some kind of view of divine approval. Victims of tsunamis, floods, tornadoes, and other disasters are as likely as innocent as millions of others around the world who seem more blessed. An atheist perspective would say, don't let karma convince you that some blame or unworthiness marks these people. Don't let your good fortune convince you that you are more deserving. As Robert Ingersoll advises, don't shirk your responsibility to your fellow man because somehow you think we all get what we deserve. In nature, there are neither rewards nor punishments. There are consequences. As an atheist, it can be easier to have a more realistic set of expectations. If you have high expectations, you're frequently disappointed. More realistic expectations often lead to happiness and satisfaction. As an atheist, I don't feel I've been robbed of some birthright a God wanted to give me. We didn't somehow miss out on a paradisical earthly existence. We're not consumed with expectations of perfection later. Our target is not infinite, everlasting, unending bliss. We're just damn lucky to be here now. Think of how wonderful a baby's belly laugh is. It's far beyond what we should expect. I mean, think of it. Our huge planet is dwarfed by a sun that's one of 100 billion in our galaxy. And in our galaxy is just one of hundreds of billions of galaxies. There is certainly a lot of beauty and grandeur in the universe, but overwhelmingly the vast majority of the universe just follows the laws of physics and chemistry, with nothing near as remarkable as what we find on this small planet. For me, I can say how magnificent it is that out of all this matter and space and time, events here have allowed the development of life. And if the culmination of all these events over billions of years was only just one wonderful, remarkable expression of a baby's belly laugh, for me, that would be enough. As they say, everything else is just gravy. Atheism leads me to love my fellow man. 1 John 4:20 notes that if anyone says, I love God, but hates his brother, he is a liar. For anyone who does not love his brother whom he has seen cannot love God who he has not seen. The Christian Bible provocatively questions, how can you say you love your God and don't care for your fellow man? Careless devotion to a supernatural being can distract you from any appreciation of your fellow man. Did a supreme being intend for me to live in happiness? Have I been robbed of that happiness by the failure of others to meet his expectations? Am I being punished for the sins of others? As an atheist, I don't see where I was intended to have anything. I'm very fortunate that this world has worked out to provide me so much. I see where I am now, and I can recognize how much I owe others. I am not of a people who were kicked out of a garden of paradise because of the failing of others. I have comfort because of what others have done. The sweat, love, kindness, and generosity of others have built this world. True, they have not all been perfect people by many standards, but attributing blessings from some form of the divine makes it harder for me to recognize how we are sheltered from the impacts of nature because of the efforts of our fellow man. We have all been warmed in fires we did not build and drank from wells we did not dig, says a familiar UU quote. We have a lot to be thankful for from our predecessors. As an atheist, I find it easier to practice gratitude, and I seek to express gratitude to others. Atheists don't believe in an extended or infinite afterlife. That makes this life all the more precious and worthwhile. Whether you're theistic or not, there are benefits from thinking that you should do your best to live your life as if the books were going to be closed after this earthly life. You may become more of an activist if you doubt the victims of poverty and justice will receive comfort in a later life. You may be more compassionate to alternative relationships if you think this is the only life where love can be shown. For yourself, this is the life where you need to sing and dance, love and give, imagine and explore, create and enjoy, laugh and cry. If there is an afterlife, so much the better for you. But don't stand on the sidelines while this life passes you by. Atheists believe that you have to find your own purpose and meaning in life. This is a huge responsibility. But you're not going to fail the test by missing some predetermined answer. You are not a square peg who has to be sanded down to fit in a round hole. It can be a great opportunity to realize that the meaning of your life is not predetermined answer or mystery that you have to get right. Rather, the meaning of your life is something you can determine to your own satisfaction. As stated in the Gospel of Luke, why do you not judge for yourselves what is right? There is great power in thinking. My life is about what I say it is. There's a lot here that I didn't have time to go into, but here are some quick hits on a grab bag of naturalistic ideas. For non-believers, there are no chosen people, no favored sex, no group was created first or especially beloved. More importantly, everyone shares in a common humanity. We stand together. We don't have to pick and choose from other codes to match our moral values. We can define them directly. While appreciating the value of poetry and messages with multiple meanings, we also value clear language so that we can have honest mutual understanding. For most of us, who you marry, what you do with your body, how you live your life is your business. We don't think your personal choices will make it more likely that we're going to get hit by a hurricane or anything like that. We judge things on their own merit without reference to religious beliefs that might make us concerned about things like stem cell research or gay marriage. We have no reason not to be organ donors. We don't have to deal with dilemmas like, why did God help me find a parking space but ignore the starving masses over there? We know that we can be transcendent in scope and kind like no other beings have ever been, at least in this part of the universe. For atheists, there is not a line between the sacred and what is not. A good theistic framework can do the same. The glorious, the numinous, the transcendent can break out any time in any setting. If there is a God, at least we've taken him seriously. Many of us suspect he might approve of us using our minds to try to really understand this life, rather than singing empty praises. Pascal exclaimed it was worth living for God even if there was no God. Robert Price turned that around and asked, perhaps it is worth living without God even if there is one. Maybe that's his will. I think atheism is a source of optimism, hope, and joy. However, I admit, it would be nice if we had a family reunion after this life. I'm not sure I'd want it to last forever, but a family reunion would be nice. I'd like to believe that a supernatural entity is protecting me from grave harm, though followers of no deity today are provided that assurance. I wish that in the end we could count on justice prevailing and wrongs being righted. I do wish these things, but I can't believe them. Do I lose some comfort? I don't know. For me, it seems that I am more relaxed and at peace where I am accepting only what I truly believe. This seems far better for me than struggling to believe. I don't see myself as better off with a hope of things which might or might not happen, or a faith that would be plagued with doubts. Maybe there are two fundamental differences in how we look at the world. When we stand in awe of some incredible wonder that touches us profoundly, some of us will be moved by thoughts of what exists outside of the universe, while others will be moved by thoughts of how wonderful things within our universe are. I hope that across that divide, we can share in that awe and together recognize what is truly amazing.